Hello there everyone. In this video I'm going to show you a little bit of GCI on the Storm of War server, GCI being the ground controlled interception. What you can see here on my screen is the LotATC application, and this is an application that allows us to see some details of the aircraft that are flying on the server. And then I can also, through SRS, talk to the players who are flying those aircraft and control them. So that's what we're going to do here. I'm controlling for the blue team, which is the Axis team, which on the map are shown as green icons. Okay, so friendlies are green, hostiles are red. I'm going to shortly just put in a call to all of the players on SRS that are on this channel to let them know that the controlling services are available. And then we'll see who we hear back from to see who we can start controlling. And hopefully as time goes by, more players will start then tuning into the radio and using the services. One other thing I do before beginning is I'm just going to type a message on the Storm of War Discord just to let everybody know that the controller for the blue team is now signing on. So that's what you can hear me typing here. Good. Right, so now I'm going to put a radio call out to the entire channel and see if anyone responds. According to SRS, there's only a couple of guys currently using this specific channel, so I'm not sure how many responses we'll get. All stations on channel 242 megahertz. This is Yafu signing on as GCI.
This is Paddy just starting up at Argentan.
Paddy from Argentan, copy. Let me know once you're airborne if you want direction. Okay, so we've got Paddy getting airborne. Oh yeah, we can see him here. JG53 Paddy. He's just getting airborne now.
Seamus just leaving Goulet.
Copy, Seamus. Suggest you make a right-hand orbit and climb right at your current location. I'll get Paddy to form up with you and send you north as a two-ship. Okay, so there's my first job, is getting these two pilots who've got airborne from separate airfields. I'm going to get them to form up together. So already we're starting to have an effect by getting two disparate pilots who probably didn't know each other was about. We'll get them to form up together as a two-ship. That just adds a little bit of strength to that little formation. So that's good. I've got Desert Runner up here. Now I know he's often on SRS, but I'm not hearing anything from him at this point. I'm hoping he'll tune in at some point. As you can see, most of the enemy activity is over the American airfields here at Omaha Beach. There's a few enemy aircraft flying up and down the Cotentin Peninsula. So there's probably a target here for them somewhere. And then there's a couple of enemy aircraft near Caen, which is pretty standard fare. This is a pretty typical layout for the Allied aircraft distribution across the map. What I'm going to try and do is assert dominance everything south of Caen to Lessay, and then once I've got this area kind of squared away, I can start pushing people north. So my first target is probably going to be these guys loitering around Caen to try and square them off. I'm waiting for Seamus now to show as a turning aircraft. His vector is still north, but he is climbing. So I'm hoping he'll start turning, which he doesn't seem to be doing at this point. Paddy is still on the ground, I think. I may just have to put a call into Seamus to remind him to start orbiting. I'm just going to wait for his vector. Yeah, he's still going north. Seamus, this is Yafu. Seamus, Yafu, can you please start making a right-hand orbit? Just make a gentle right turn, but keep climbing.
Is that northbound, copy?
Negative, not northbound. Make a right-hand orbit through 360 degrees, turning on the spot, please.
Roger.
Okay, so I need to get him to stop flying north because as he flies north...
is airborne Argentan, heading 282.
Roger, Paddy. Start a right-hand orbit and climb heavily, please.
Roger.
Seamus, this is Yafu. Maintain 3,000 meters. Once you hit 3,000, hold that altitude. Keep turning right.
Copy.
Good. So I'm going to get Seamus to hold at 3,000. He's at 2,600 currently. So he'll just go round and round in circles, and that means I can get Paddy up to 3,000 relatively quickly. Then I'll form those two together and send them north. That's about all I can do at the moment because these other guys are not on comms. There's a few other German pilots around. So what I'm doing with my radio calls is I generally use my call sign first. So I will say Yafu to whoever, their call sign. Or alternatively, I'll say their call sign first and then mine. I'm not strict about which way I do it. So I may say, Seamus, this is Yafu, or I might say Yafu to Seamus. It's more likely to be their call sign first because generally people's brain turns on when they hear their name. So you say their name first, generally. I don't do this, like I said, 100% of the time. But generally, if you say their name first, then they'll listen.
Seamus 3000.
Seamus, Yafu, thanks. Just maintain that right-hand turn. Paddy's just about passing through 2,000. So letting him know also what I'm doing, because guys will start getting a bit jittery if you don't keep them updated. But you don't want to be spending too much time communicating and talking nonsense over the radio. You've got to just keep the information short, concise, and predictable. You'll notice that I'm not using over or out or any of those things. That's because SRS gives you that hissing sound when you transmit and release the transmit button. So people know that you've stopped transmitting because you get that sound. So if it wasn't for that, we'd probably need to use some of those transmission closing call signs. But for 99% of the time, it's pretty obvious when you've ceased transmitting. And it's also pretty obvious when you're expecting a response. And if you do expect a response, you can, of course, always ask for it. You can use your tone as well to indicate that you want a response. So I'm going to call Paddy up here. I'm just going to say Paddy from Yafu.
Paddy level at 3.
And that is going to indicate to him that I want a response. So I'm just going to do that now. Paddy Yafu.
Yep, Paddy level at 3000.
Roger, Paddy, make your bearing 0 degrees, please. Seamus is to your due north. He is at 3,400, range 2 to 3 kilometers.
Roger, 0 degrees, 3004.
So there you go. I'm giving him the relevant information he needs. The friendly contact is to his north. That gives him his heading, his altitude that he needs, 3,400, and the range. So he basically knows which way to turn, where to look, and how long it should take him to find Seamus. I'm now going to tell Seamus to proceed north at low speed. Seamus, Yafu.
Copy.
Seamus, I've got Paddy to your south, vectoring towards you. Can you please turn north now? Maintain your altitude, but stay at low airspeed so Paddy can catch you up. Heading 0, please, at low airspeed.
Roger.
And sometimes I repeat the instruction. If I think I've been babbling a bit and unclear, then I'll just give the pertinent information again at the end like I just did there. So I gave him a bit, probably too much information, and then just summarized it again at the end. Every now and then it's good to just zoom out as well and have a look at the broad picture. There's still the same picture here, so I don't need to really do anything different now. If I suddenly had red aircraft popping up down here or over here or somewhere weird, then I may need to think about some quick action. But for the moment, my plan is going to hold, which is to bring these two aircraft up to a position just south of Caen and then see if I can vector them into enemies. The enemies I can see are quite low altitude. So these guys have got plenty of height now. I need to just check the range between these two. Okay, there's 5 kilometers range between these two aircraft here. Paddy may not see Seamus yet. The vector is 347, so I might need to get Paddy to turn left slightly because it looks like Seamus is vectoring off to the left. I've got to wait for the next update here. You'll notice the map updates quite slowly, so it's not very accurate and it's quite slow to update. Airspeed for this one is 470, airspeed for this one is 590, so he's gaining by 100 kilometers every hour. So that 5 kilometers will take, well, that 6 kilometers will take 10% of an hour, so a few minutes. And I'm going to get Paddy to turn left now onto about 320 magnetic because he's just starting to diverge. Paddy, Yafu.
Paddy, go.
Paddy, turn left onto 320. Seamus is bearing 320, range 4.5.
320, check.
I don't need to give them much in the way of altitude information. There we go, bang on. Now their vectors are parallel. Paddy should have a visual on Seamus shortly. He's just dropped down a bit, so I think I need to get him to climb, but he should have a real good viz on this 190. Paddy's in a K4. Paddy Yafu.
Paddy, go.
Do you have visual on Seamus on your 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, slightly higher?
I was looking low. Negative.
Okay, Paddy, Seamus is on your 10 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock now. He's at 3.7, same hearing. Same at bearing. Whoops, I messed that up.
Roger.
Okay, these two are now effectively together. They're formed up, but they just can't see each other. So I know they're in the same airspace. They just don't know that they're in the same airspace. A lot of the Allied aircraft have disappeared now. So either they've logged off the server or they've all landed. There's a good chance for me to assert some dominance in the airspace and clean up this whole area around here.
I've tally with Seamus. It's Paddy.
Great stuff, Paddy. Seamus, or Paddy, I'll just get you to form up on Seamus's wing. Maintain your heading, chaps, towards the coast, and your altitude's good. Okay, I've got a very, very empty picture. I'm guessing a lot of those aircraft were actually circling to land. And that's why the picture's just cleared up in the last couple of minutes. Pays to have a glass of water.
Paddy, go.
Okay, got these two nicely formed up. Now, I wonder what this aircraft's doing.
I'm at your 3.
Right, I'm going to put out a general...
Yeah, let's get some.
I'm going to put out a general picture update very shortly.
Sorry, you can speed up now if you like.
Now that they've found each other as well, I don't need to do much in the way of controlling. So I will just let them fly together for a bit. I'm going to put out a general instruction advising people of the general picture. All stations Yafu, just the general picture update. A couple of contacts at very low level, slightly west of Caen. Main threat is a 3,000 metre contact over Cherbourg heading east. We'll update further shortly. Yeah, pays to have water. If you're going to do this job, grab a glass of water before you start because your throat will get dry from talking regularly. Aircraft now getting airborne. This one is climbing rather rapidly, but we do have another friendly, this guy, Trofimov, who is not on comms. What I might do is I might bring Seamus and the scene is the problem. Okay. Let me try and get my thoughts into order here. I could bring Seamus and Paddy down to attack this guy here who's circling around low. But there are so many Allied aircraft now, all of a sudden getting airborne and climbing, that they are soon going to get overwhelmed. So I need to keep them at altitude. This guy's not on comms, so he is almost certainly going to start fighting with a couple of these guys down low. Once he does, that's my opportunity. He's been shot down, I think. The flak's probably got him. That would have been my opportunity to bring these guys down to lower altitudes, because the enemy then would be busy dogfighting. And so they're not going to be able to turn the tables on a couple of German aircraft coming in with a lot of speed. However, this chap here is now at 600 meters. It's a couple of thousand feet, but I think he's just doing multiple passes on this target here. And I'm worried that if I drop these two in, that these other aircraft are going to be on them in very quick time. But I think I can do it. I think I can do it now. I think I can bring them left and dive them down on this contact. There's a new one here. If he keeps vectoring south, Then I'm going to wait for him to get to about here, where my cursor is, and then these guys can turn left and drop on him. He's not going south. Okay, I'm going to bring these guys south now. Seamus, Paddy, Yafu, turn left, bearing 240 degrees, descend 2,000 meters.
240, 2,000 meters. We'll just wait till we get past these airfields before we descend.
Copy. In that case, turn 180, turn south before them if you can.
Roger, 180.
Right. They're a bit nervous about flying over those airfields. Totally understandable. So I'm going to try and bring them down. Oh, hello. This guy's climbing rapidly. This guy's climbing up to them.
You still with me, Seamus? No, I lost you on that anti-aircraft stuff. Roger. Heading now 180, 3,800 meters. Turning 180.
Right, the worst case scenario here is that we've got a 2-on-2. Now, it seems Seamus has a little bit of trouble maintaining visibility with Paddy. So it could be that he also has a bit of trouble when it's the combat situation. That aircraft there, I think, has been shot down. This one's still climbing. I might get these guys now to turn on to 270. 2 enemy aircraft over here at 1.4, and this guy's at 1.4. Flying that way. So I've got good airspace dominance now in this whole area. These guys are climbing.
Yafu, this is Paddy, sending now 2,000 meters.
Roger that. I'll need both of you now to turn onto 270. You should be south of the enemy airfields by now. Start a gentle climb on 270. I've got a few bandits to your northwest, but they're hovering around the 2K mark. I want to try and suck them south into you.
Roger, heading 270.
So they're just...
270.
It can be a bit frustrating when you're these pilots and you're just being vectored backwards and forwards and you're not quite sure why you're being sent everywhere. So it does pay to tell everyone now and then where the hostiles are. I tend not to just vector people to the nearest hostile all the time. So some controllers will just constantly just tell you hostile here and you just fly in that direction. I generally try and set up airspace dominance. And I also try and draw the enemy aircraft in towards my guys.
Just in front of my nose, Seamus. Now it's your right wing behind you. Keep your turn going.
And I try to make sure that my pilots on the team that I'm flying for always have the height advantage on the enemy, but not so much of a height advantage that they can't be seen. So I try to have my guys generally about 500 to 1,000 meters above the enemy aircraft. And I try to suck the enemy in to
now
where...
it's your 3 o'clock co-op.
To where my guys are. So it's a bit of a tricky job. The ideal scenario here is that one of these red aircraft will just fly in underneath, perpendicular to my guys, and then I can just drop them on them and nail them in one go. But that's what I'm always working on anyway. I'm working towards that kind of setup situation. Right, we've got 2 or 3 enemies now vectoring south over here near Carentan. That is not a very good situation for my guys. That looks like a formed up squad. They're all at the same altitude, and now they're vectoring straight towards Paddy and Seamus with a bit of...
Paddy, to Seamus, you see me now?
With a bit of height. I wish I had a couple more pilots here that I could control.
Alright, try to come over and join. I'm just slightly above you at your 2 o'clock. Like 4 kilometers.
He thinks he's 4 kilometers away. Wow, he's bang on. He's just estimating that visually. Okay, I'm going to get these guys to turn east shortly. I want to intercept this one. Paddy, Seamus, this is Yafu. I need you both now to make a right-hand turn onto 070. Turn right onto 070.
Right, 070.
All right. Swing around away from this lot here. They've got a bandit directly underneath them, but he's down at 500 meters, so he's absolutely no threat. I'm actually just going to let that guy fly underneath them. If he starts climbing up, then I'll worry about it. But now I'm going to make the interception of this aircraft here. He's heading southeast at 2,800. My guys are at 3,300 to 3,800, so I've got my 1,000 meters altitude. This guy's probably committed now to a southerly path. Yeah, he is. Now I need to change the heading to 110. So I'm going to vector them out this way, out in front of where this guy's headed. 120. Paddy, Seamus, Yafu, make your heading now 120. You have a bandit on 110. He's at 3,000, heading southeast. Range to bandit is 20 kilometers.
Copy, heading 120. Copy.
Okay, this bandit's turning away to the north now. I've got this guy down here at 1.6.
Seamus, I'm now at your 10 o'clock, slightly above.
Okay, I need to get this happening quickly now. They've lost a bit of altitude. Paddy, Seamus, Yafu again. Turn left now, bearing 075. Range to bandit 17 kilometers. He's now at 3,500.
Sorry, Paddy. 075, copy.
Okay, keep pushing out, guys. Keep pushing out.
Tally bandit. Paddy has to.
Good. Okay, they've made tally now. So they've got about co-out. So
Paddy. Roger, thank you.
Paddy, Seamus, your bandit has been climbing, so you're probably faster than him for the moment.
Go.
I've got to let that go now. They've made visual. Unless they ask for my input.
Young gun, radio check.
Young gun, this is Yafu. You are loud and clear on channel 2. What's this over here? This is a human player with an AI wingman. So spawning over here, you get an AI wingman. I've got Young Gun who's just called in and done his radio check. And I've got these two who have tally on this aircraft here. They're vectoring straight towards him, and they've got no other threats nearby.
Yafu from Paddy. What's the bandit's heading?
Paddy, this is Yafu. Bandit's current heading is now 045 degrees. Looks like he's vectoring out towards the coast. Nearest other hostile is just north of Long Sumir, vectoring east, but at lower altitude. Your bandit on your 12 has now started turning right. He appears to be heading 070.
Hey, firm.
Bit of information there, but the situation suddenly changed. Yeah, their bandit's orbiting right. No other threats, so I don't really need to pipe up with any further information. Poor old Desert Runner over here is about to get nailed by this guy. Starting to lose this airspace now, as you can see. All those reds that got airborne are climbing and circling over here and patrolling this area. And this guy's sprung up way down here in the south, and he's now vectoring northeast. He's probably made a ground attack run. But this part of the map here is often unprotected. There's often just a big hole here where almost anyone can fly. And the range from to here, from the Allied airfields, is about the same as the range from the German airfields. So you could get in and out of here as an Allied pilot before getting intercepted. These guys have made tally with a Spitfire.
Departing Argentine for combat air patrol.
Copy, Young Gun. This is Yafu. Suggest you vector 020 degrees and climb to 5,000 meters.
I'm on tally 6, he's high. Say again? He's higher than us. He's Spitfire going left of us now. Hey, firm, I'm on his 6.
I don't want to get too involved in this.
I'm just going to stay a bit low so he doesn't see me.
I don't want to get too involved in this because these guys are now in combat, so I got to be super careful about what I say and what I do, because I need to let them have this combat. Can take a while, especially if that Spitfire dives away. So my job here is also to make sure I know what else is happening in the airspace, particularly this mob here. This is now 4 aircraft strong. These are humans. AI do not fly like this.
Oh crap, I collided.
Oh, we've had a collision. Okay, I think Paddy's collided, unfortunately, with that Spitfire. Yeah. So I think Paddy's out. He's probably going to bail. I don't know if that Spitfire is going to disappear.
Yeah, Paddy just crashed.
Seamus, I heard Paddy say that he collided, I think.
I think I got Bandit almost 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I believe the Bandit is on your 12. I think Paddy collided. He seems to have dropped off. Okay, so Seamus is now closing on that Bandit. Paddy's collided with him. I expect this Bandit is probably damaged. I don't know what's happened there.
Yeah, Bandit on the 12.
Seamus Yafu, you are clear to engage. No other hostiles immediately threatening you. And Young Gun here. He's happy about that. It's really nice when you victor someone on and they effect a kill and they express joy over the radio. It's really good. Okay, there's a new pop-up here. Didn't see him. He's at 1,000 meters too. Seamus Yafu.
Copy.
Did you get hits on that Spit?
I did, yes, but I got attacked by anti-aircraft as well.
Copy. I suggest you Victor out of there. There's a lot more enemies arriving now. You're going to be overwhelmed shortly. Victor 2, say again, Victor 130 degrees. And combat power, you need to get out of there.
Copy.
So I need to get him southeast of Caen. Because and his range to there is 14 kilometers. These guys are arriving, and they are only 30 kilometers away. He needs to get there and beyond before this mob arrives, because that mob is dangerous, and he's just single aircraft, especially without Paddy. Paddy's getting airborne again. I'm going to get Young Gun to orbit in his location and try and form Paddy up with him. Young Gun from Yafu.
Young Gun, go ahead.
Young Gun, can you just maintain your current position? Can you orbit, please, and keep climbing to 3,000 meters?
Maintain, climb to 3,000, roger.
Thank you. All right. Seamus, turn left, please, onto 130. You've got a large number of bandits to your northwest arriving with altitude. Suggest you drop down to the deck and Victor 130.
Copy.
Yeah, these enemies are victoring straight towards him. They're up at 4,000 meters, so I need to get him down low and out of there. I need to get him out of visibility and away. I'm going to bring him, hopefully, back towards the airfields here. If they start heading towards these airfields, then everyone needs to get airborne. Paddy, this is Yafu.
Yafu, Pad.
Paddy, can you scramble and gain some altitude over those bases there, Argentin Coulet?
Roger, rolling up.
Right, what's his heading? It looks a bit strange. I'm not sure he's on 130. Yeah, he's showing us 170. This guy started descending, but I think he's given up. I really need Seamus to get well clear of that. I think he's okay. I'm going to give it one more update on the map. And then I'm going to Victor Seamus over here. I'm going to Victor all these 3 aircraft into a group. And then I'm going to bring them back to the north as a group. Yeah, he's Victored off. Seamus, this is Yafu. You're now clear. Turn left, please, a little onto 135 and start climbing to 3,000 meters.
Copy.
So the next goal is to build up this new formation into a 3-ship. Seamus Yafu, will you have enough fuel for another run to the north, or do you need to RTB?
I've got enough fuel.
Okay, Roger. Maintain your current heading of 135. I'll form you up with Paddy and Young Gun and bring the 3 of you north again.
Roger.
Young Gun and Paddy, orbit in your current locations at 3,000 meters, please.
Paddy cup. Roger.
Right, so yeah, the object here is not just to vector everyone that gets airborne straight to the nearest bandit. If you do that, you're always going to end up sending guys to their deaths. Take the opportunity to get groups of chaps together and then send them north as a pack, because the allied guys will be operating in groups. They'll be on SRS together, organising themselves. As you can see from this group here, that was a 4-ship is now a 3-ship. It's possible that this guy here actually got hit by flak at some point when he was diving, and that's why he's departed from that group of 3. They are now heading this way. I need to get these guys to climb. Paddy and Young Gun Yafu, I need you to change that altitude now to 4,500. Maintain your location, climb to 4,500.
Roger, 4,500.
General picture update. I've got a 3-ship of enemy aircraft at 4,500 vectoring southeast from Khan. I suspect they are trying to pick you chaps up. So get up to 4,500, please. Okay, Seamus is now heading a bit left of what I want. It says he's currently on... it says he's on 153. Okay, that's good. I think I'll just get him to turn right slightly onto... Oh, no, it'll be 1... That's weird. It says his current bearing is 151. Ah, that's his bearing from the bullseye. Okay. Yep. He's now at 1,800. Paddy, this is Yafu. Can you just reposition to your north by 5 kilometers? Move to your north by 5 kilometers. Keep climbing. Seamus, this is Yafu. Hold a heading of 122. Keep climbing to 4,500. Rapid climb, please.
Copy. Howdy, copy.
All right. This patrol is not quite a... oh, they're at 5,000. Jeez, it's just going up and up and up. Oh, I hate it when people climb like that. It's so frustrating as a controller. Poor old Trofimov, whatever his name is, Trofimov, is getting absolutely gangbanged over here by the entire RAF in France. Poor guy's not on comms and is just vectoring straight towards the enemy aircraft, so he's going to get himself nailed every time doing that. He might pick off a couple, but he's not going to last forever. My job is to try and keep these guys alive as long as possible despite repeated combats. That's what I like to do. I don't like just sending guys in. I like to give them the advantage. They can have a combat and then they can get home safe. Their 4th member is now starting to vector in. I need to break up this formation now before it causes trouble. These guys just don't have the height yet. Seamus is really low still.
Yafu from Paddy, level at 4,500. How's this position?
That's perfect. Thanks, Paddy. You've got Young Gun out to your east currently. He's orbiting at the same altitude as you, 10 kilometers to your east. Just start shuffling to the east if you can, looking for him.
Roger.
All call signs just north of Argentan. Make your angels 5,500 now. Enemy formation is still climbing.
5,500.
Need to get these guys to get visual on each other. As soon as they make visual contact with each other, then I can start sending them north. Enemy formation has started turning away. Now it's time for me to bring the bait in. Young gun, this is Yafu. Change your heading 350 degrees. Keep climbing to 5,500.
Roger, 350, 5,500.
Seamus, this is Yafu. Change your heading 005 degrees. Keep climbing to 5,500.
Copy.
Okay, I'm sending those two on the outside up first. Then once they're pushing out, then I'll send Paddy up because he's currently above them. So I don't want him to be out ahead too much. I just got to wait. One more update perhaps. Okay, we've got to try and suck this enemy aircraft down to the south. Come on, chaps. Here we go. They're starting to turn. Young gun is turning left. Seamus is turning left. And Paddy's already heading out that way. Paddy, this is Yafu. Make a right-hand turn. So turn right onto 0 degrees.
Right-hand turn heading north, Paddy.
Good. I want him to do a right-hand turn, get him behind these guys and head north. And then we've pretty much got our 3-ship all together. They're going to go north and try and stir up some trouble. I'm glad I brought them away, despite the fact that we've probably missed that formation. I'm quite happy that we did bring these guys away, because that would have been troublesome. And I think we've got them at least safely. Yeah, he's trophied them off again, so he didn't survive. He did get shot down by that horrific bunch that was all over him, swarming him. This chap that was over here flying with the AO wingman is...
That's Seamus. I'm coming around behind. This is Paddy. Copy. Alright, sorry, is that Yafu? This is Paddy. I have a contact my 12 o'clock now. Is that Young Gun?
Paddy, this is Yafu. It could be either of them. I think on your close 12 at 5,300 is Young Gun. Out to your 11 a bit further out is Seamus.
Copy. 11 off at 5-2.
Right, the three of you, I'm going to refer to you now as Paddy Flight.
I like that. Me too.
Okay, Paddy Flight, this is Yafu. Turn left now, climb towards Caen, bearing 311 degrees, climb to 7,000.
311, 7,000, Paddy Flight.
So it begins.
Roger, 311 degree.
Vectoring them in.
Roger. K4, I think that's Young Gun. Looks like you have your gear down, but could just be a graphics glitch. Dope. There they go.
That's another reason for having humans form up with each other, is they can...
I just passed them at your 1 o'clock now.
Is they can visually check the condition of each other's aircraft. So that's another good reason why when you're doing controller is to bring the different aircraft together, because yeah, that really helps. Okay, I need to give these guys a picture update because this enemy formation is out coming straight south. Paddy Flight, this is Yafu. Enemy formation, 3 aircraft, bearing 335 degrees, range 34 kilometers, altitude 6,500, hot.
Roger, I can see the dots. I'll probably lose them when we get nearer. Paddy Flight.
Roger. Paddy's picking up dots at 35 kilometers. That's very similar to range to what I can see aircraft in DCS, about 30 to 35 kilometers, especially when they're grouped together like that in a relatively tight formation. They are circling.
You have me in sight, Young Gun? This is Pat. Head you for yes, I see you at my 1 o'clock. Roger. Bandits are at our 12:30. Look like they're high. Left to right. No tally. Roger, I see.
Paddy Flight Yafu, your 3 bandits are forming up with a 4th member, which is why they're orbiting currently. They appear to be climbing currently 7,000 in a left-hand orbit.
Copy. Seamus, you still with us?
I've just had a look at my petrol gauge. I think I'm about to run out. I'm going to have to RTB.
Roger.
Seamus, Vector for nearest friendly field is Argentin, Vector 193 degrees.
Copy, thanks.
Paddy Flight, you are now 2 versus a potential 4 ship. Do you want to pursue those high contacts or another Vector to somewhere less hot?
Yeah, well, I think maybe best case we drag them south, so we're near a friendly field.
Copy that, Paddy. Suggest you keep climbing then. Go for 8,000. We can probably drop you on them and then run south.
Roger. I'm going to start a left-hand turn, climbing 8,000. Looks like they're hot to me.
Roger that. Paddy, I'll let you control it visually. Just let me know if you need any support. Over to you.
Yeah, now I've lost visual, so back to you.
Roger that. Bandits are currently heading west as far as I know, just offshore, slightly northeast of St. Croix.
Roger.
Paddy Yafu, you have a new formation, closer, hot, Angels 1. I count 4 aircraft. Your bearing would be 308 degrees, range 9 kilometers, altitude 1,000, heading south.
Copied. I have the original bandits in sight. Not sure if they know we're here, so maybe we'll see if we can sneak up on them. It looks like they're going away from us.
Yeah, those original bandits are definitely vectoring west. You are almost merged with the new group directly underneath your left wing, heading south.
Copy. That's a 7 ship at our 1 o'clock.
Copy. I count 4 in the formation at 1 o'clock.
Correction, make that 8.
Bloody hell. 8 aircraft apparently over there. I'm only seeing
And
4.
2 cover above.
Okay, copy, Paddy. I suggest you ignore them. I want to drop you on this new formation that's due south of you.
Roger.
Your vector now would be 180, 4 to 5 contacts at 1 to 2,000 meters, range less than 10 kilometers.
Copied. Young gun, is that you up high at my 7 o'clock contrail? Roger, I'm at about 8,500 meters. Roger, I'm back down at 7. I'm at your 3 o'clock.
This is a 3 ship heading straight for
Sending
Seamus.
to 3,000 to see if we can pick up these contacts. I don't have visual. I'm going to kind of turn spiral down as I come down, and I'll just get vectored back into you. Roger. I'm now at your 9 o'clock. Just over Carpiquet.
Yeah, Paddy, contacts are southeast of Carpiquet. They're vectoring for Argentin. The altitude is 1,000.
Copy. What's my range to the target?
Range to bandits for Paddy is 27.
Copy.
Young gun, your range to bandits is 25. Young Gun, you're bearing to bandits, 185 degrees. Paddy, you're bearing to bandits, 151.
151, copied.
Repeat bearing 185, correct?
Young Gun, your vector to bandits is now 170.
170, roger.
Wow, look at this. These guys up at 7,000 are vectoring south. Everybody's vectoring now for the same airspace. Seamus needs to land very quickly because this airspace is going to be hot very soon. And I've got no other defenses I can bring in. Trofimov is about to close on the 6 of these guys here. What's he in? He's in a 109, so he's going to close on these guys relatively quickly. Yeah, they're only doing... Oh, they're doing 600. That's probably P-47s or P-51s because he's only just closing on them. Young Gunner now has very, very low company, but much, much lower and much, much slower at 550. So he's going to pull away from this guy at 50 kilometers an hour. He's going to be... This guy's not going to be able to catch him, but I've got to keep an eye on this one here. Yeah, that's good. Vector away. Right, Paddy's still closing. Seamus, this is Yafu. You need to set down relatively promptly. You've got 2 enemy aircraft inbound at low altitude. Range 18 kilometers.
Copy, just start the airfield.
Yafu from Paddy, what's my range to targets now?
Your range to target is 18 kilometers. Your vector is 125.
125, copied.
Young Gun, your vector Your vector is 150.
And Yafu from Paddy, I see a target. He may have broken off. He's circling, taking ground fire.
Affirmative, Paddy. There's at least 1 enemy aircraft there. 1 more arriving from the north. And 1 friendly.
This guy's to my east.
Contact to your east is most likely hostile. He's vectoring towards you at 900 meters.
Tally.
Young Gun, this is Yafu. No response. Seamus is hopefully down. He's still circling that airfield. Oh my word. It's getting busy over here. Although we do have the numbers now. We've got 3 on 2. This guy's now vectoring away because he's realized it's too hot. This poor chap here is going to get swamped now. Paddy's arrived. Young Gun, bandits directly underneath you now at 800 meters. Descend, descend, descend.
Young Gun Yafu, I've lost all audio. Working on getting the radio back.
Roger, I've got you loud and clear now.
And the young gun is Paddy engaged with a Spitfire. Might need some help with him.
One more radio check.
Loud and clear on channel 2.
Thanks.
Okay, we've got 2 new aircraft.
Radio check on channel 2.
Killer, this is Yafu. You're loud and clear as well.
Roger that.
Okay, so Young Gun unfortunately now has got some sound issues. He's departing out to the south. Trofimov is departing to the north, and Paddy's on his own now with the Spitfire. So how quickly the situation changes. Paddy, you've got a friendly just to your north as well at 900 meters. It's Trofimov. He's not on comms. He was engaging those contacts originally, and looks like he's turning back now towards them again.
Roger, copied.
Paddy, he's the near. Paddy, there's no other hostiles nearby, so it'll be hopefully the 2 of you on that spit shortly.
Copy.
Now, a wider look at the airspace. Still got this big formation circling around up here at 8,000 meters. That's really just not an issue for me at all. I don't know what squadron that is, but I'm going to let them patrol around up there. I would have intercepted them earlier, but unfortunately we got distracted. Well, not distracted, but this became more of an important threat, so I had to re-vector onto it.
I'm climbing to the northeast defensive with the Spit, Paddy.
Roger that, Paddy. There is a second hostile arriving from the north, but at very low altitude. Trofimov appears to have abandoned you. Suggest you drag that Spitfire slightly southeast towards Argenton. 1JG7 are just about to get airborne out of Argenton. Wow, Paddy's really in trouble now. Apparently that's a Spitfire. He's slower than Paddy by 10 kph. Yeah, there's two of them there. Ooh, this is bad. It's a shame this guy just buggered off and left poor old Paddy here on his own. Oh dear, and young Gun had comms issues, so he's had to depart. So this is what happens. You go from a formation of 3 or 4 aircraft to...
Spin is broken and dove away.
Roger that, Paddy. There is another one arriving from the northwest at 1,300. They're possibly going to cover each other.
Copy.
Paddy is now following this guy. Paddy, the new arrival is going to be to your 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at 1,600 hot.
Roger.
Oof. Paddy, you're possibly merged.
Merged with one Spit.
Roger, second one's now returning towards you as well.
Young Gun anywhere nearby?
Negative, he's dropped off comms and he's no longer on radar. I think he's had a problem with DCS. There are some friendlies on the ground at Argentin, but that's it.
Right.
How quickly the tables turn.
Indeedy.
So, this is just about going to be the end of the session. There's only so long I can do this
Friend,
for.
there's 2 Spits here. Paddy.
Paddy, this is Yafu. I only see one on radar. I can't confirm that there's 2.
Copy, thanks.
Not sure what happened to that second Spitfire. It possibly went in. There's only one showing now. This chap here, it's at 1,600. Paddy's all over him. I'm hoping Paddy's just booming him, zooming him, and here we've got Loft.
Spit is down.
Radio check over.
Young Gun, this is Yafu. You're loud and clear on the radio, too. Paddy, Yafu, did you say the Spit was down? Good job. Vector for Goulet or Argentan is about 133 for you.
133, copy.
Okay, I'm hoping this other aircraft now drops off. He should disappear. If he doesn't disappear, then we've got problems. But I think that was just the last time the radar picked up that contact, and he's just going to sit there until it's empty. Yep, he's gone. Paddy, Yafu. Yeah, the radio check is loud and clear. Paddy, this is Yafu. Picture is clear for you. You are free to RTB. No hostiles nearby.
Roger, thank you. That is RTB.
Right, so that's going to be it for me. I'm going to sign off
Field insight.
from Yahoo duties. There's just a little bit of an explanation of how I do Yahoo, what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I think I could make a tutorial on this, but I just figured it was interesting to actually show a session live, maybe for people who want to give it a try. There might be some pointers in there, and maybe for pilots who are flying and really have no idea what we're looking at and why we're doing what we're doing. Maybe that helps you understand a little bit about what the ground controllers are looking at and what we're trying to do when we are vectoring you around. All stations, this is Yafu. I need to sign off now. Thanks for that. Good luck.
Thanks, Yafu. Cheers.